Start on your back, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and feet are parallel. Make sure your heels are right below your knees, arms are down by your sides. Press your lower back down, push your feet down as you start to lift the hips up. Gently squeeze the glutes. Think about reaching your knees forward. If your quads are tight, you might feel some lengthening here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Let's do that a couple more times. Press the lower back down, roll the hips up, maintain space between your chest and your chin. Exhale, lower down. Do 2 more. Last one. Good. Extend the legs out and then flip over onto your stomach. Prop yourself up on your forearms and then place your left forearm so that it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. Your elbow is right below your shoulder. Bend your right leg, swim the right hand around, see if you can find your ankle. If that's not available today, grab a strap, loop it around your foot to bridge the gap between your arm and your leg. If you're able to, start to square the shoulders off, maybe draw the foot in a little bit closer, press the knee down. That's really going to help enhance the stretch for your quad. Notice if you're collapsing into the elbow. You can even push down with the forearm to keep your chest lifted. Gently release and switch. Right forearm down. Left leg curls in, sweep the left arm back, find what's there. You can let the shoulder roll open or square the shoulders off. Press down through the knee, breathe. Take one more breath here. Gently release. Place your hands below your shoulders and then press yourself up to a tabletop position so that we can come to a high plank. Stepping the feet back, shoulders are right above the wrists. Let's hold here, squeezing the core. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the glutes, and we'll add some movement. Inhale here. Exhale, bend into the knees, press your hips back. You're coming into like a low crouch, and then press forward. Inhale. Exhale, crouch back. 3 more. Feeling the quads start to fire. Last one. Look forward between your hands. Start to walk your feet up, coming to a forward fold. Keep your bend in the knees. Let the upper body drape over the legs. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it out. Now lift up halfway. Bring your hands to your hips. Press all the way up to stand. Now shift your weight to your right leg. Step the left leg back, finding a high crescent lunge. If the left hip is feeling tight, keep a bend in the back knee. Think about hugging the right hip back as your left hip presses forward. Now bending into both knees deeper. Sink down, push down, extend up. Keep a slight bend in this right leg though. Again, bend and extend. Let's go for 3. 2, and 1. Good. Lean forward slightly. Your belly is drawing in. Shift your weight forward. Step up into chair pose. If you need a break at any time, just stand up, straighten the legs. Otherwise, hang with me. Belly is still drawing in. Press the hips back. Shift your weight to the left leg. Step your right leg back, finding your lunge on the other side. Square off the hips as best as you can. Crown of the head is lifting up. Let's bend into the knees and come up for 2, 3, 4, keep breathing, and 5. Good. Hold here. Shift your weight forward. Step the right foot up to meet the left, chair pose. Legs are burning. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Maybe shift your weight into your toes. Lift the heels. Maybe sink a bit lower and then drop the heels. Press down, come all the way up to stand. Shake the legs out. Turn and face the long edge of your mat. Let's turn the right toes out, coming to warrior 2. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips. You're welcome to take yours out to a T. Bend into the right knee. First, check in with your alignment. keeping your knee in line with your toes. Sink deeper, press the hips to the right, push down to come back up. Do that 4 more times. So press over and up for 3 and 2 and 1. Now bend into the right knee and hold. Go ahead and take the arms out if they're not there already. Flip the right palm up. Keep this bend in your right leg as you sweep the right arm back for reverse warrior. Maintain the lunge. Come back to warrior 2. Right forearm rests against the thigh, extended side angle. Come back up to warrior 2. Straighten the right leg. Rotate the toes in, turn the left toes out, find warrior 2 on the other side. Bending into the left knee, knee in line with toes. Now sink deeper, press the hips over, push down, come back up. Try that for 4, 3, shoulders stay above the hips, 2, and 1. Good, come into warrior 2, hold. Take the arms out, flip the left palm up, sweep it back. Notice if you started to straighten that left leg, rebend it. Warrior 2. Forearm to thigh, find extended side angle. Come back up to warrior 2, straighten the left leg, giving it a break for just a second, and then turn your toes in. Then turn your heels in, toes are out, coming into goddess pose. Sink into the hips, so you can have your hands at heart center, hips, or out like cactus arms. Press your knees out so the knees are not collapsing inward. Really work to activate the outer part of the legs and the hips. Of course, the deeper you sink into this, the more challenging it will be. So find what works for you today. Hold here and breathe. Let's add some movement. Shift your hips to the right, to the left, and right, left, right, left. One more time. Left, come back to center. Pulse it for 8, 7, 6, it's burning. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten the legs and breathe. Good. Step the feet together. Shake it out. Let's come back into chair pose just one more time, and then we'll stretch it out. So, feet right underneath the hips, hinge back. Now start to shift your weight over to your left leg. You can pick the right heel up, keeping your toes connected. Maybe you pick the entire foot up. Hold here, or start to bend down an inch and up an inch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just 2 more, 7 and 8. Lower the right foot, shift your weight to the right side. Either pick the left heel up or the entire foot. Down an inch and up an inch for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come into your final chair pose for 3, 2, 1. Push down, come all the way up and shake it out. Good. I'm going to use my strap for this balance and stretch. We're coming into dancer pose. So if you're able to catch your foot with your hand and hug your knee in close, awesome. You can stay there. If you want a little extra assistance, you can take a strap, loop it, and then wrap it around the foot that's going to be lifted. You can choke up on the strap if you need to, and then use that again to bridge the gap between your arm and your leg. So whatever works for you today. I'm going to keep the strap here. Try to keep your knees hugging in close so you're not splaying this leg out to this side. Put a slight bend in your standing leg and think about pressing the right thigh forward. That will help you get that stretch. And if you want, you can take the left arm up, find your spot to focus on, and breathe. We'll stay here for 3 breaths. Gently release, and we'll switch. So if you've got that strap, go ahead and loop the foot through. Maybe take the arm up, hug the knees in close, bend into the right knee, press the left hip forward. Gently release. Remove the strap if you have it. And then step to the front of your mat. Take an inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Keep your right foot forward, step your left leg back, and then lower the left knee down. Walk yourself up, bringing your hands to your right thigh. Start to press the hips forward, but as you do this, I want you to stay active. So draw the belly in, think about tugging the right hip back, and press the left thigh forward. This is what we're focusing on stretching. Let's take it a little further. Slide your right hand to your hip, take the left arm up, side bend to the right. Now come up, take both hands to the inside of the right foot, heel toe your foot out to the side. I'm going to turn my toes out. Let the hips press forward. If you want, you can take blocks, stack them underneath your hands to bring the floor up a little higher. If you want to go further, you can drop down to your forearms. But wherever you are, bend your left leg. Maybe you're getting enough of a stretch here. You can sweep the arm around or grab your strap again, wrap it around the foot, and find a spot that works for you. Keep thinking about pressing the thigh forward, maybe putting a blanket or a cushion underneath the knee for added support. Gently release, and we'll switch sides. So step your right foot back. First, step your left foot forward between your hands. Walk yourself up. Draw the belly in, hug the left hip back as the right thigh presses forward, and then you can drive the hips forward just a bit. To add on, slide your left hand to your hip, take the right arm up, slight side bend to the left. Come on up, take both hands to the inside of the left foot, heel toe your foot out wide, let the hips press forward. Finding your position on this side, keeping in mind that it might be totally different. And when you're ready to add that quad stretch, bend the right leg, kicking your heel in toward your glute. Sweep the left arm around or sweep your strap around. Maybe curling the foot in closer. Press the thigh forward. Breathe. Gently release. Heel to the left foot back in, and then step your left knee back beside the right. Now, if your knees are feeling healthy, drop your hips back over your heels, and then let's step one foot forward. So if this position does not work well with your knees, skip this part, fast forward a little bit. Otherwise, if you're here, think about pressing the left knee down. The hips will lift slightly, but you'll really feel a nice lengthening for this left quad. If it's available, you can drop down to your forearms. Come up to your hands if you're not there already. Shift yourself forward. We'll switch. Right shin is down. Left foot comes forward, step back, press the knee down, staying up on your hands or dropping down to blocks, maybe dropping down to your forearms. Press yourself up if you're not there already. Now, if you want to come into full hero pose, sit back on your heels, bring your hands behind you. This is also a good place to have blocks under your hands. Just as we did with each leg, press the knees down, let the hips lift slightly. Notice if your knees are trying to splay out, try to keep them hugging and close together and breathe. When you're ready to release, carefully come up. Let's shift forward, pick the feet up, roll out the ankles. Make your way to a comfortable seat. Swing your legs in front of you. Let's step the feet a little wider apart and just windshield wiper the legs from side to side. And then find your way to a comfortable seat. Let's take one final breath in together. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale all the way out. And that is all for today. Great job. We'll see you next time.